Hello, in this tutorial we will write a Java programs to print triangles using asterisk sign, numbers and characters. We will print up to some number of rows. Let's say if we have 5 number of rows, so we'll start with for loop for integer I equals to 0, I is less than number of rows and I plus plus. Okay, and if you see if you see the pattern, if our pattern is something like this, okay, so if I have 3 rows, then something like this, then I need 2 loops, one loop to keep to iterate over rows and one loop to print these values. Okay, so I have already created a loop to iterate over rows, and now I need a loop which can basically integer j equals to something, okay, and j less than something, and j plus plus. Now if you see in first iteration we want to print one asterisk, just one asterisk, and in a second we want to print two asterisks. So what we can do is we can see that when j is equals to 0, not j but I, when I equals to 0, if we start j with 0 and if we say j is less than or equals to I, then when I is 1, this will print one asterisk because it will start from 0 up to 0, one asterisk. And when I equals to 2, this will print two asterisks. It will start from 0 up to 2. Okay. So we can actually print, and without line, I want to print my asterisk, and I want to print one space along with it, so that my next asterisk is at one space. And over here I want to print a new line because when this is printed I want next for loop to start from new line. Okay, so I'm removing these and let's run it and see what kind of pattern does it print. Okay, so we have number of 5 rows and this is actually printed 5 rows, 1 2 3 4 5. There we go. Actually if you remove the space, this will be some sort of a something like this. Okay, so if you give a space, this is expanded uh, a little wider. Okay, and if you want to print a number, you can just give j and one space. Okay, so this will print numbers instead of asterisk. If you don't want 0, you want to start with 1, then you can start both from 1 instead of zeros. There you go, you have asterisk. If I want to give 7 number of lines, so this has 7. If I want to give, let's say 50, this will be some very uh, big. It is big, if you see, very big, isn't it? Yeah, it is. And if you want to print alphabet, then we need some changings. Okay, some changings, and the changings are, if you see, you have a equals to 65 ASCII value. ASCII value of a is 65. Okay, so what we can do is we can basically add 65 to it. So when j is equals to 0, 0 plus 65 will be basically a, and we want to convert this into character. So this will, what it will do is it will print 65. It will convert it into character, which will be our a. And when j is 1, 1 plus 65 is 66, which will be converted into character and becomes a b. So if we print this, this gives us alphabets, triangle of alphabets. So again, walking you through the code, what we have done is we are starting with number of rows, since we have a pattern, of we have to control the rows as well, and then we have to control columns as well. Okay, so in the rows we have started with rows, and we are basically, since we have to start from 1 and go up to increasing by 1 and go ahead with up to how many number of rows. So what we have done is we are starting to print from 0 up to I. So I basically increase by 1 and we are printing up to that number. So when I is 0, we are printing up to 0. We are just printing one element. When I is 1, we are printing two elements. When I is 2, we are printing three elements, and so on. So that's it with this tutorial. You can find the code in the link in the video description, and I'll see you in next tutorial with a new pattern.